We are all relearning fishing.
Always catch more, man.
All over again. Right there. Get him. Wine. That
all.
looks like a proper one.
Caught them all. Still more.
That slack is a fish that's got it.
There's no limit to these
That's a
big
good
bass
one.
dreams.
Alright, that's good.
You know the name, fishing is my claim to fame. See me catching everything,
saw that.
and every fish will remain. On swim baits and jigs, drop shot rig. When I get off the water, can't wait to hit them again. My last post, I herbed them, put a hurt in them. Big bass streams, dream team, who out working them. Set up shop on the hump and let the bait drop. Hide your wave action, watch me bring him to the top. I'm not tripping on what he got. I got spots, live wheel full. Homie, see why the dock is the real. You don't know how these big ones feel. Spent years putting in work, develop these skills. A couple of years on my hustle.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Oliver and I here. Got a very special guest in the house. My man Richard.
Hello.
Traveled all the way from Arizona yesterday to come hang out with us here. And when I brought up the option of deep water rockfish, I think I heard him cringe on the phone.
I did cringe a little bit. However, Oliver offered me something that I've never done before, which I thought was absolutely fantastic, and that was the opportunity to try slow pitch jigging. Haven't used the rods and reels before. I understand the technique, but I've never done it. So Oliver gave me something new to try out, and it's been excellent so far.
Nice. Yeah, we warmed up on some shallower stuff, some whitefish, sculpin, etc, but now we're in that deep zone, and a lot of us have that same reaction when someone brings up rock fishing. The problem is a lot of it was done with like tuna gear forever, going back to the rail plate days and big ganyons and all that unnecessary heavy clunky gear that really took away from any sporting experience with these rockfish. But today we are utilizing some specialized slow pitch gear here, and we've got a really fancy Gancraft slow pitch jigging rod and Ocean's Legacy awesome contact 160 jig and a 400 size bass style level wind. And I've come to really appreciate that level wind when you're fishing this deep. Just makes it a little easier to fish and focus on the experience instead of trying to keep your line from binding up. But we're on a pretty good spot, Richard. I feel good about your odds if you want to just sink that bad boy straight down.
I gotta say, I really appreciate the high speed part of the level wind.
Yeah.
It is not that much effort to crank this back up to the surface when there's no fish on. Obviously, when you're fighting a fish, that's a different story. But as far as that typical 300 plus, having a hard crank, this reel has made that a lot easier.
Fantastic. So we are sitting in 406 feet. So you got quite a ways to go. If you guys notice here, we got some pretty thin braid. This is the 39-pound jigging braid. Very thin diameter. But what that does is it allows us to sink that jig almost perfectly vertically. See there, it's a little bit of current out here today, but it's not scoping out too bad. And one thing with these jigs, those big broad jigs, if you actually give it a little tension, it kind of helps keep that jig upright, Richard, and it actually allows it to fall faster. So if you throw slack into it, that jig's going to want to kind of spoon out and flutter, which is great once you're down in the strike zone. And then once you get used to like how deep it is, you want to have your hand on that big power handle to anticipate getting into the zone, and it doesn't take much. Jig that thing hard a couple times and you're probably bendo.
Nothing like an on-camera bite.
On cue, baby. Look at that. And that is a very light rod. It's not going to wear you out, but most importantly, I think it is a blast pulling on these rockfish.
Oliver handed me this rod first thing, and I knew immediately I was going to keep it for the rest of the trip. It is so light. Oh, he let go.
Did he?
Yeah, he let go.
Okay, we'll drop it back down.
All right.
You're already halfway down, so it is key to try to keep that pressure steady and refrain from the pumping. Like we've all been kind of trained to pump and wind over the years. Absolutely. And I found that our landing ratio goes up tremendously if you just keep steady pressure. And that was probably a good one, but I don't think indicative of why we drove all the way out here. If you're on the bottom, like, I like to violently rip it off the bottom like that. If it lets you. There it is.
Do I need a gaff?
Man, we might need the flying gaff. We'll see. One of the beautiful things about fishing the ocean is, number one, you never really know what you're going to hook. And especially now we're fishing out in these deeper zones that have been closed off for decades in some cases. It adds that element of mystery. Like, I have a pretty good idea of what Richard has probably got, but I truly don't know. We've caught giant reds, big chili peppers, copper rockfish, big old starries, occasional lingcod. But you almost look like you're having fun.
I would say I'm having fun.
Yeah. It's a new age. This new gear that's made its way over here from overseas has made this so much more fun. We got deep color. What do we got here? Dude, that's a nice chili. Typically a chili pepper we catch is about half that size. This is a really good eating fish. Spitting up squid. Joshua, so say hello to everybody at home.
Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up?
We're gonna go ahead and brain and bleed that bad boy.
Okay.
But that is a delicious eating rockfish, and a nice quality size one. So Richard's just gonna take that Ocean's Legacy jig, rinse and repeat.
I would say that's probably half the size of the first one that hit.
Okay. So that first one was probably a big red.
Yeah.
That thin braid is key. We got some buddies buddy boating with us today, and they're asking us how we're able to maintain contact with the bottom, and they were having a hard time because their baits are scoping out due to the current, because they're fishing 65-pound braid. Much thicker diameter, much more drag and resistance. And you can see here with this thin jigging braid, it cuts through that water column and that current quite nicely. You got I think it's a 6:1 gear ratio on this bad boy. This is a Alijos 400. Piscifun sent this to me, and we've been using it for sand bass, calico bass, and recently this shallow, or not so shallow, jigging. Oh boy, you probably already have one. Give it a couple of real violent jigs, and then you can hold it like momentarily and even like jiggle it, and you'll feel them clamp on, and you can just hammer them. And if they miss, it becomes part of the presentation. So the slow pitch is usually like a pretty methodical lift like that, and a controlled descent just like that, and you see when it goes slack, you're bit. Ooh. Right there. Get him. Whine, 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 whine.
There it is.
There you go. That looks like a proper one.
That was an excellent bite.
We're not dropping 2-pound weights with double hook ganyons and dead squid here. No need.
No need. This is significantly more fun.
So much so you almost forget you're winding a fish up from 404 feet.
Right.
But it's really not that bad.
It's not. The gear actually makes it a lot easier.
You guys want to get out here and experience this, shoot an email. That's what Richard did.
That's what I did.
You find us through YouTube, or?
Found you through YouTube.
Okay, cool.
I'd heard your name before, but I had not followed any of your work until I found Big Tuna Dreams.
All right, and right now we got big Vermilion dreams. Look at that tank. That is a good one, my friend. Look at that. Nice. Let's get some photos of this one on the phone.
Oh yeah.
That is a solid fish. That's a kind of a skinny one. Probably still go 3 pounds. Great eating fish. We got a limit of 10 rockfish in combination with a sublimit of 2 for these vermilions. That is an awesome fish. All right, go ahead, Joshy, get in there, get some good stills. Get Richard's in there, the entire fish.
Okay, what fish do you call that?
This is a red. Nice vermilion rockfish.
Awesome. All right, let's get that thing unhooked, put that one in the live well, and then drop that jig back down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see, there you go. Look at that quality fish right there, guys. Great eating fish. So, was that 3 drops, 3 bites?
3 drops, 3 bites.
See, those poor guys got adrift and then reset.
Yeah.
We haven't moved an inch.
Spot luck is king.
I mean, it's all of these tools,
Yeah.
all right, that makes this so much more efficient. The Covia's got Fish Point, which is kind of like a spot lock feature with the big Yamahas. And it actually did a pretty good job, but like the precision of an actual trolling motor is pretty hard to beat. So I feel like those big rips that I was doing the last time I was out here is attracting the attention of the bigger reds. So like once you kind of get in that zone, just start ripping the crap out of it and letting it fall, and then you could feel and see that bite pretty distinctly, and just hammer them because that rod is pretty spongy.
I missed the first one.
Yep.
And then did a better job on the second one.
There you go. Yeah. And a lot of times that slack is a fish that's got it like that. Oh yeah, he's got the grimace.
Fish on.
Whew, I like that shirt.
Look, you see that?
Man, that's like circa 2014, man. I'm not kidding. That's awesome.
I've been looking for that one.
2 reds, right?
Yep, 2 each.
I just got a monster one. You got a good one.
Oh, there's big uns.
Yeah, he's got one more. I'm toast.
Nice.
That was like instant too.
You're welcome.
Like this, man?
Oh, deep color. Another good one. Look at that. Nice fish. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and put that one in the live well. So check out these like bryozomes or something. I forgot what they're called. But these fish are absolutely plugged with this stuff. It's crazy. You can actually use this for bait. Now you put that on a dropper loop,
I've never seen that before. That's,
instant bite.
yeah, that's really neat.
I don't know what the hell it is,
No, yeah, that's very cool stuff.
but even the sand bass and stuff get plugged with this stuff. All right. Man, Richard's hook sets are too ferocious.
I'm going through this mine.
I would say that's probably another thing worth mentioning too is I think this rod's rated like 80 to 120 and it handles all of those weights very well. So if I was, probably when I get home, I'm going to have to buy my own setup since I haven't done this before. And not only is it enjoyable, it fishes really well and it's fishing a wide range.
Absolutely.
We fished stuff that was under 100 earlier and
Yep.
it handled it really well. And now we're above 100 and it's fishing extremely well.
Yeah, that's 120 grams, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit on the upper end of the rating for that particular rod. And I've got like a 230 I want you to try probably on the next drop.
Sounds good.
But this Alijos 400 and that Ocean Killer rod is a pretty effective combo. And that thinner braid allows us to fish a smaller jig deep as well. Alright, let's capture the action from a different angle for the viewers at home. I think that's 4 drops, 4 bites. Oh. Give it a couple of big, yeah, there you go. And then control that slack as it descends. And then you'll feel them actually eat it when that jig's coming down. Oh, drop it back down. Oh, I think you had a bite there too. And then I'll drop it back down at the bottom. And watch that line as it descends, because you're probably going to get bit on that drop too. Boom, saw that. Saw that. Yeah. That looks like a proper one. Yeah, there's definitely a finesse element with this slow pitch jigging. Oh man,
That's a strong fish.
a lot of the old timers love telling me about the good old days when they had those big old bicycle handles and those rail plates, and they have 20 hook ganyons. But I don't know, man. I think this is a much more enjoyable way to do this.
I'm gonna say this is more fun.
These zones have been closed to fishing for the last 3 months, and all rock fishing is closed from January 1st until April 1st for us here in Southern California. Then when it opens from April 1st to July 1st, it's open at all depths, which is fairly new. And then from July 1st until October 1st, you have to fish shoreward of 300 feet or 50 fathoms. And from October 1st until the end of the year, we have to fish deeper than 300 feet. And prior to the last couple seasons, we've had to do all of our rock fishing relatively shallow, so it's allowed a lot of these stocks to rebound. And now the quality of fish that live on some of these holes is gargantuan. Look at that red. Oh my goodness. Is that a PB possibly?
Oh, that is definitely a PB.
Look at that thing. Yeah, go ahead and
For
slip
sure.
them in the boat. Man, it's so big we gotta get the net out.
Very nice.
Holy cow.
God.
When I saw you load up, I was like, yep, that's one of the right ones. That is a tank.
Yep.
And you guys could see those head shakes. Like, these fish fight if you hook them on the right gear. Oh my goodness.
I think that's the biggest one I've ever seen.
I think that's the biggest one that we put in the boat since, with you in the boat.
That's got to be a world record.
Who is that guy, man? Who brought him? Let's get some photos of this thing. Oh my gosh. Brother. Quick little video. 3, 2.
This is why you come fishing with Oliver.
That's a PB on the slow pitch jig. That's a beast, brother.
That's a big fish.
I would guess that's like 6 or 7 at least, and it's fat.
Yeah, that's a big fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a keeper. He's got it. Here, take that for you. Drop that jig back down.
Yeah.
Eh? No, that's a starry.
So you can catch stars.
You can catch 10 of those.
Oh shit! All right, cast back out. Right there.
Dude, I mean, compared to the other ones, like, hold this real quick.
That's like we have a smaller nose.
So, like, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good,
Those
good
are
red.
right? Those are considered reds.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. We can try and still eat one more.
sweet. Yeah, you got to have like a PhD in rockfish to stay within the law, but it's okay. It's not that crazy. Oh
If I
man.
came out by myself, I would not fish for rockfish because I can't identify them well enough to be legal.
Right.
I wouldn't know which ones to keep and which ones to send.
Yeah, it's a lot of information. Look, he's already anticipating the bite. When you find the right spot, it doesn't take very long. And you feel the difference now between the classes of fish, right?
Yes.
So what I started doing was kind of just shaking off the smaller ones. Like, oh, that was probably a smaller one, but they should usually come back. So right after they come off like that, or if I miss them, I just kind of like jiggle it and like finesse that jig a little bit and just kind of make it dance. Like that. Oh. even on the way down. Oh, there's a bite. Oh, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah, this light gear is a game changer, literally. I got some of those too.
I got 3 of you guys.
That thing's got pretty good drags on it, man. Like we've even hooked some yellows calico fishing, and they've been fantastic. Heck of a value. We fish all the high-end stuff in that class too, and I'm telling you, I've been pretty impressed with the performance of these reels. I haven't done anything crazy. Once we're done fishing, we rinse them with fresh water and let them dry. Back the drags off, we're good to go. You guys hear like little schoolgirls laughing in the background? You guys doubled up over there?
What's that?
You guys doubled up? No. Oh, deep color. Another quality red. Jeez, look at that one.
It barely fits.
That's awesome. Welcome aboard. Look at that. And that is a clear indication of what we call barrow trauma. So down 460 feet, you've got a lot of pressure. And when brought to the surface, that pressure is obviously not there. So the internal organs, that swim bladder that you see sticking out of his face, his eyeballs, they bulge out from the lack of pressure. So we're gonna probably harvest this guy here. That's a good one. Another solid fish. What is that?
Another solid fish.
5 drops, 5 bites?
5 drops, 5 bites.
Sweet. Here you go, Joshy.
That?
Feel that thing. Don't throw out your shoulder, man. I kind of want to put a bigger jig on for you, but I mean, you're kind of kicking ass with that.
It's doing the job. So.
It is. This might be the easiest video for me to edit ever. What do you think? Have you ever used color-coded braid?
I have. I took it to Cedars Island this year. I went yellowtail fishing, and it was very beneficial. It was marked, color marked in 50-foot increments, and we figured out that if you were between 150 and 180 out, you got bit on the troll.
Gotcha.
And so it was very beneficial to have that marked braid to know exactly how far out you were.
Absolutely.
If you and your partner coordinated it and you were both the same distance out, you could get a double. So
nice.
it mattered for us on that trip.
Yeah, I've found myself to become a pretty big fan of it overall. Because even in this vertical application, you kind of become aware of like, oh, when that blue line starts to get to black, I'm probably in the zone and get ready for a bite. Or whatever it is. It's just a nice visual cue. Yeah, these big reds are aggressive, man. They bite hard, they fight hard on this light gear. A lot of fun. There you go. That's more of a traditional slow pitch retrieve. Nice soft rod pulls that jig and you let it fall on a semi slack line. There it is. There's a bite. See how it went slack?
Oh, I did. Yep.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Oh, there's another one. We are all relearning fishing all over again, guys. Rock fishing used to be terrible, used to be boring, used to be just a straight meat mission.
Correct.
Right? Like, okay, we want fish to eat, let's go rock fishing, we'll fill up the sacks and this, that, and a third. But you know, things have changed. The technology's advanced, the techniques advanced. Even the way that we handle these fish, instead of sitting in a gunny sack on a charter boat all day, we now take every fish, right, Josh?
Yep.
Do you have one to process for us?
I do.
Show us the treatment that every one of these fish gets for our clients.
Okay. Well, we got a couple giants in here, so this would be pretty easy.
This is that big one.
I'm gonna take
Oh, you jump up.
I'm gonna take the smallest one there. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find his brain.
Here you go. Let's just make this easy for the people at home to follow. That's a fillet away fish mat. Keeps the mess down to a minimum. I'll leave you guys a link in the description below. So what is it that you're doing here? Oh my gosh.
Oh, one after another. Jeez, I can't keep up. So I'm basically trying to find the brain here, and I'm gonna stick this guy right where it counts. And you can tell when you got him because he obviously is just shaking.
It's got the quivers.
Little quivers there.
Okay.
And then once I'm done with that, just to keep it from getting too crazy, I'm gonna go ahead and slit one side of the gill. Just go ahead and clip him. He starts to bleed. Nice good slit. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay.
Nice.
Then,
see that blood coming out? So that bloodletting really improves the quality of the meat and the eating experience. So we let them bleed out, and then they go into an ice bath in the Yeti bucket, and then straight onto ice.
yep.
We found it makes an incredible difference in the eating quality of these fish. Look at that beautiful red.
So this is the small one, but he's here. We harvested him. So we're just gonna keep him.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, good times. All right, Rich has been absolutely wearing them out with this 160 gram jig, and we're gonna take it off of this pretty unique quick snap from Ocean's Legacy. What I really like about it is it has a built-in swivel, so it really mitigates that line twist issue. And these jigs also come pre-rigged with high-quality ball-bearing swivels on the business end of the jig too. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but really easy once you become accustomed to it. And we're down to our last fish to fill the boat limit. So we're gonna aim high, dream big, big baits, thick lines, heavy weights here. We're gonna drop a 260 gram jig down, hoping for either another big red or potentially a big lingcod. It just goes to sleep mode. All right, Richard's been on fire. He even took the sweater or the jacket off.
Oh, I had to, it's a workout.
This could potentially be the last drop of the day. So we've got a 260 gram jig. You can see it's falling virtually straight up and down, right on top of the rock structure that we're fishing. You made mention of how you like this 400 size earlier. Why?
It's big enough to hold on to. It's got enough cranking power. I really like the size and shape of the handle and the arm itself. It's not so big that you can't still palm it if that's a thing out here.
It is.
So
ergonomics.
For me, it's easy to hold on to, and it's doing the job exactly like we want it to do.
Beautiful. You're probably going to be getting into the zone quickly here. I like that other angle. How's that? Let me circle back. Big rip there on the slow pitch. Boom. That did not take long. Oh, you're bit again. Oh, there it is.
This is in that same size of fish.
Heck of an average.
Very good average. Biggest fish that I've caught rock fishing.
Yeah, that looks like a red. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, we've been running out here as much as we can when the weather allows us, getting out into the zone because it is an absolute blast.
Yeah, the slow pitch is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this.
We didn't even have to pick up any bait. Just came straight out here with the jigs. Getting it done. Oh my gosh, another mega. Look at that, guys. He's on the 260 gram. That's awesome. Nice fish.
Excellent. Oh, okay, let's do this too. So we've got it right here. If you take a look in his mouth, you can see what he's been eating.
Look at that.
So his mouth is full of all these little guys. There's a whole pile of them in there.
Yeah, if you guys know what those things are, leave a comment below. But these reds have been absolutely choked with this stuff. Gosh. Some kind of bryozoans or something. But man, they sure do like that slow pitch jig. Look at that. Yeah. We've actually used this for bait before, and they will eat it. Awesome. Well, that's our limit. So we are done for the day. Slow pitch jigging with a Piscifun Alijos 400H, Gangcraft Ocean Killer slow pitch jigging rod, and them Ocean Legacy jigs. 160 gram and 230 gram. Got her done. Rich, I appreciate you coming out, man.
Thanks for having me out. This is fantastic.
Yeah, stoked. If you guys want to come out and experience this or any of the other styles of fishing that you guys see on our YouTube channel, shoot me an email, oliver@bigbassdreams.com, or give me a call. We can talk about it. Rich and I have had a couple of discussions leading up to this trip over the last few months. 844-347-4223 or 844-FISH-BBD. And you guys can go home with a nice load of delicious eating rockfish. And every fish that we harvest gets the same treatment. Brain, blood, ice. Yeah, pick up a couple of those big ones and help them out. Josh, hold up 2 more of those too. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So the one in his right hand is a good one. The one in his left is a gooder one. Yeah. Here, let Josh hold the cute one. And I'm pretty sure there's 2 more nice ones in there.